That's why I'm saying
Alright,
that.
guys. So much more Sega to go. I have with me Cave Quest, who will be commentating the Sonic CD 2011 race by ShaneKilz. So, Cave, the floor is yours.
Alright, so this is Sonic CD 2011. Shane is going to be running as Sonic, and yeah, this is going to be a really interesting run to watch because there's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of good levels, and yeah. Um, so, is Shane ready to do a countdown?
He sure is. If you don't mind, I'll do it myself.
Alright,
So, from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and launch base. I hope there's a
alright.
launch base in this game, or otherwise that's boring.
So we start out the game with skipping a cutscene because it's only showing up on Sonic. But what we are going to start out with is we are going to grab the speed shoes after getting on that big slope, and we are gonna take our momentum all the way on the top route, basically um, taking us all the way to the end. And there we go. um, in Punchy Panic 2, we are going to do pretty much the same thing. So when that comes up, you'll see pretty much a similar thing here. A lot of jumping out of slopes, and we also start with a damage boost. So you're going to see a lot of jumping in this level. And yeah, there we go. Pretty straightforward of a stage, just going fast. So Punchy Panic is coming up, Punchy Panic 3, which is the boss. This boss is relatively easy. So yeah. Pretty much just getting to the boss is peel out, into like a spinach into a spring, and pretty much rolling. We usually jump so we can load the boss a little bit earlier, and we do a damage boost and a jump to the boss, damaging the boss a little bit quicker than normal. And yeah, what Shane was trying to go for there was basically a way for the screen to like not lock itself, but he missed the mark a little bit, but it's fine. We can still go with that. Collision Chaos 1 starts out with peel out to a jump to avoid spikes, or running into those spikes, and then it's just pretty much straightforward, pretty much like the previous two levels. Get the speed shoes and go the top route. Pretty much. We are going to go the bottom route for a bit though. Just to go back pretty much up to the top route and keeping the speed shoes pretty much all the way through. You also want to try and avoid going to the future or the past, because this game has a gimmick where you can go to the future and the past. Like we saw in Punchy Panic 3, that was the bad future because we just went through the game normally and didn't go for any of the robot generators or the time stones, which is the supplement for Chaos Emeralds in this game. So we got Collision Chaos 2 now, which is pretty easy. You just roll, and he got the jump. That's pretty cool. We also have the spring, and yeah. We are going to try and avoid going to the past there. Nice. I thought he was about to go there into the past. But yeah, you you don't really need to go like this is just going above the level, which is kind of easy. You just literally use a bumper or a paddle to get up there. So that's pretty cool. So you know, Collision Chaos 3 is one of the best bosses in this game because it's Sonic Spinball. But yeah, Sonic Spinball is a game which is a pinball game, but they decided to add this to this game as well, just for this boss, and it's quite rough on you because sometimes you can just fall down and it generally just suck. But yeah, Shane did a pretty good job with that. So coming up is Talon Tempest 1. Um, Talon Tempest 1 has this starting where you literally do a peel out at the start or a spin dash, and then you do a peel out back, do a jump and hold the jump with a Bannick, which leads you up on top of the stage again. And then we're just going to go down there through a hole outside the level boundaries and pretty much go down here. And we are pretty much just going to, we're just going to pretty much go to the end of the level through the springs that we have here. And yeah, that's literally the stage. So Tower Tempest 2 is the only stage where we are going to try and go for an actual time travel strat. We are going to try and get to the past. Shane is going to go for it, so let's see if he gets it or not. Doesn't look like it. Still fine though. Because the backup is pretty much simple as well. It's just going through it with it. Not time traveling. So far it's going well. There's nothing much really more to explain here besides that thing. Besides that, when you go to the past, you can skip a cycle pretty much because it doesn't, or like waiting, because you have to wait here. And Shane went to the past. So you really don't need to wait for those things to go up, is what the time travel helps with. So we got Tower Tempest 3, which is an interesting level where Eggman is doing like a maze for you. We have to go through it quite significantly, like hit him 4 times before you go down in an underwater battle. There is a quick kill for it. I'm not sure if Shen is going to go for it. But yeah, pretty much trying to hit him from a side where he doesn't have the bubbles. Because his bubbles is just bubbles. And yeah. Going to go for all the bubbles. And there we go. The quick kill for this boss is very difficult, so... And whoops. It's still fine. Quest Quadrant 1, 2, and 3 isn't that interesting. this level is basically just going straight forward, and it's pretty linear. Um, though it does have a top, middle, and a bottom route like most Sonic games have. He was trying to go for the middle route, but uh, just missed the mark. Um, but we are not going to go to the future, which is good. And yeah, that's quest current 1. So we got quest current 2 coming up. Quest current 2 is pretty much you don't want to go to the past, and you just want to go the top route. He's going the top route, and he is struggling a little bit. Um, but yeah, we are definitely on the bottom route here, and we are just going to get to the end from here. So this stage is pretty well done so far. Got stuck up there for a bit. And that's unfortunate. Those enemies can stun you, and when they stun you, you will basically not be able to move for a bit. It will be harder to jump. So, yeah. Quest Con 3, which is the most interesting level of the bunch here. We are gonna go for the middle route, and the boss here is pretty much avoid the spike balls dropping on you while keep running. Because basically what we are doing is we are destroying Eggman's piston here by doing basically running on a treadmill. It might sound silly, but that's how this boss basically works. Yeah. Um, um, yeah. And when it's done, it's just heal out and jump on the capsule. So we got the most interesting level in this game, where you generally don't want to touch the floor because the floor bounces you up. It's Wacky Workbench, also known as the floor is lava. um, the floor is basically the hardest thing about this level. We are gonna try and avoid touching it, except for a certain few areas. Currently it looks really good, and that's why we want to avoid the floor's shenanigans. This is also one of these more difficult levels to really like optimize or have good movement in, and yeah, it's very difficult of a stage to like get a good time in. Even in ILs, this level takes a lot of attempts because of this gimmick of the floor bouncing you. Act 2 is going to be a little bit more simpler though, because the floor is mostly used to actually help you up on the top route, or if you prefer going the bottom route, that's also an option. So currently, just doing a spin dash, going through, and almost into the future there. We're gonna grab the shield, and we are going to just move on with this route. Um, so yeah, um, gonna peel out, try and get on top of this, and we almost got it. Um, but yeah, going to go for pretty much the top route strat. Um, and we almost time travel there, but Shane saw a window to literally disable the time travel. So that's really good. Yeah, moving on to Wacky Workbench 3, which has a boss of falling blocks. But yeah, first off, we are just going to get to that boss, and that boss we get through literally just going down. We're gonna bounce twice there. But yeah, this boss is pretty much self-explanatory, just getting up there. And once we are on the top, Eggman is going to do a change up, where he throws spikes down at you, which is kind of like easy to avoid. And we're gonna stand on the nearest pillar so we don't get crushed without attempting to hit Eggman. And Eggman is doing a dance. That's pretty neat. But yeah, we are gonna move to Stardust Speedway, which is arguably the fastest level in this game. So Stardust Speedway 1 is pretty much top route, or management of going through like these like channels, as I want to call them. But yeah, we're gonna take these features and we're gonna go through the top route down here, and we're gonna just go for a spin dash, and yeah, a pretty good start of Speedway 1. So far we are really good. Star Speedway 2 has pretty much a trick where you go down the bottom route, pretty much. And Shane is gonna go for a spring here, which throws him downwards. And now he's going to get a jump at a pretty good timing, and basically what that does is that we are going to now get to the bottom where he is going to do a jump, which is, oh, he missed it. Basically that jump is basically to get into the middle fiddle faster. The middle route faster without having to go all the way through that. Anyway, we are back now in Star Speeder 3, which we are going to race Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic is going to not be the only thing though in this race. Eggman is going to be behind and having a deadly laser. So to really go with this boss, you have to stick pretty much close to Metal Sonic or just outrun him. any like there's spikes in the way. There's a lot of other things in the way you have to take note of. This is also one of the bosses that people probably struggle with if they don't know the level layout. So yeah, it's not a hard boss, and Shane is now going to go for a strat where you go up this wall for spring and then basically free aim me, which then gives you a hug, which ends the level. So that's a little bit of a wholesome end to start us Speeder 3. Let's go to Metallic Menace 1. So Metallic Menace 1, Shane is going to go for the middle route strat, which is the most okay, we are going to go the top route. So the middle route is really a good route for this level, and the reason to why is because it's very fast. We are gonna go for the speed shoes. We're gonna try and not go to the past, which we successfully didn't. So this is looking really good so far. But yeah. Metallic Menace 2. We are going to go on the roof again of the level. We're gonna do that twice. First off, we are going to, of course, go on these conveyors, or I don't know really if they are conveyors or what they are, but I'm just gonna call them conveyors. And we're gonna go on top of here, do a peel out, and the peel out is going to make us go almost through all of that. We have to jump there to keep ourselves up. What he's doing now is a piston thing, which we actually do a peel out, wait for a specific moment, and then just release, which will lead us to the end of the level, which is up on this, which is not possible on the Sega CD version, just on this remake. So that's some trivia for those who didn't know that. Metallic Menace 3 is actually the final boss. Time will come up when basically have the final hit of this boss, but before that we have to get to the boss itself. There's a room in this level where you have to fight flies, fireflies, panics. They can be quite tough, depending on where they spawn. And currently it looks like Shane got the best spawns for them possible. But yeah, we have my favorite boss in this game. There's a strat tear we can go for, which is double hit. And Shane got it. Nice. Double hit pretty much cuts this boss half in time. So it's pretty nice to see it actually being executed. And we are just going to avoid this, and yeah, on this final hit now, time will be ending now. Time. That was a pretty good run of Sonic CD for PC.
GG Shane, a 2310 in stream.
Really happy.
Sub-estimate.
Yeah, sub-estimate, and that was really good.
And speaking of really good, thanks for the commentary, Gabe Quest. I'm sure Shane will appreciate that.
Oh yeah. Thanks for having me, and of course Shane.
No problem. So, guys, next up is going to be Echo. But before we do that, you guys did donate to have the Zool glitched incentive to be met, which will be performed by Fozon. So we'll quickly get that set up for you and do that first, and then we'll move on to Echo. So stay tuned. We'll play some music.